So, I'm about halfway through my 5th week of teaching, and I've got to say that things are going better than I ever could have expected. And I'm not exaggerating either. The first day was fantastic, and almost every day has just been better than the day before it. So I'm feeling really good right now. One of the big successes so far has been my reading extensions course, which is an intervention course for kids who don't read at grade level or struggle with reading comprehension just across the board. There's only 10 kids in the class, and there's no curriculum for it. So at first, it started out as a see what sticks kind of experiment, and in many ways it still is that way, but we're definitely getting in the groove. We've been reading a book called Brian's Hunt by Gary Paulson, and we've done a lot of really neat things with it so far. We've transitioned from reading out loud as a group to reading with partners out loud to reading independently, and we're practicing making predictions, pulling out key information, making connections, asking questions. What do you do if you come across a word that you don't know? How do you summarize a text? How to use fix-up strategies? All sorts of things. And we've also been journaling about it and had really good discussions. And these kids are doing wonderfully. Our level of deep conversation, from start to finish, there's so much progress already. And what's neat with these kids is I have 7 of them for language arts during the day too. So I get to see how what we're doing in reading extensions is impacting what they're doing in language arts as well. A big part of that is also participation. These kids are participating a lot, which shows that they have a lot more confidence in themselves than they did at the beginning of the year. And that's huge. In class too, I mentioned the journaling, and we journal every day in this class. And we get to do something unique with it because I only have 10 kids. So I've been doing this thing called back and forth journaling with them, where they get to write in their journals, and every day after school I respond to what they wrote. So they get that one-on-one interaction with the teacher that they need and want, but probably don't get in most of their other classes. And I get to learn so much about them through their writing as well, about their lives and also about their comprehension skills and their writing skills. So it's a win-win both ways. With this class in English 7, I know that my big focus this month is going to be on nonfiction texts. I noticed that my kids really struggle with pulling out key information and using the text to support their ideas. So starting at the end of this week, we're going to be hitting nonfiction hard. We're also going to be transitioning into our first big project, which is writing a narrative. And one of my personal goals for this month, on top of nonfiction texts, is more formally assessing my students and identifying their struggles and their strengths. So the narrative is going to help a lot with that as well. Outside of all of that, things are going wonderfully. I applied for a grant for my classroom, just a mini grant to buy more choice reading books for my kids. My bookshelf's back there. I wish you could see what my class looks like every day because I have kids going, rushing over there to put books back and to check new ones out. It's been a huge hit, and I can't wait to get more books for them. And they got to have a say in what books we get too. I compiled a list of 50 books for this grant, where I think half of them are books that I would like on the shelf and half were student recommendations. So they're pretty pumped about it. Other things that are going well, my department is really welcoming and is very eager to share resources with me, which has been helpful. And I have a very supportive principal, which means a lot to me. It makes a nice, comfortable work environment. Other than that, there's a lot I could say, but I think I'm going to cut myself off. Otherwise, it'll be just way too long of a video. I appreciate you watching, and please feel free to leave me questions in the comments if you'd like. Thanks.